to all concerned. Will you bow with me in prayer? Gracious God, we thank you for the joy and privilege of Rotary. Today we are especially grateful for our leadership, for President Peacock and his love of our community, for the faithfulness of our board, and for all those who give of their time and talents to sustain our club. Guide and direct us in all that we do, especially as we seek to offer service above self. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Thanks also to Terry Rasco for the beautiful tunes. I love that you... I love that you played One Last Time. That's what we're doing today. Thanks to our greeters. I saw Matt McClendon and Sarah Beth Estes, Kelly Bass, and Rick Fleetwood. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you for serving this year and especially today. And as always, thanks to our Sergeant of Arms, Greg McCarroll, for all his support today and throughout the year. Fabulous job, Greg. Speaking of, come on up and introduce our guest, Greg. Oh, and while he's coming up, I want to make sure I take the opportunity to acknowledge my family who's here, my wife, Melissa, my brother-in-law, Aaron Bragg, and my in-laws, Beverly and Ken Bragg of Sheridan. Thank you for joining us. My wife has been here a lot this year, but she never signed the guest form because she didn't want me to call her out. So I'm sorry I have to do it today, honey. Today's your day. All right, Greg, come on up.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have, I guess, just over one page of guests. So when I call your name and the host, the Rotary host, please stand and hold the applause, and we'll recognize everybody at once. We certainly would have several pages of guests, but I guess Denver got everybody to join from the first meeting. So, but with that being said, from the Little Rock School District, we have several. We have Karonda Lowe, Carol Jackson, Crystal C. Mercer, Linda Neal, all from the Little Rock School District. Welcome. And then we have Judge Mary McGowan, Molly, Susan Blair, guest of Elizabeth Small, Robert Tellez, guest of Julie Brandenberger, Sherry Labatt, Elizabeth Clogston, guest Chris Marsh, guest of Karen, and Maha Witherington, guest of Molly as well. Linda Neal is from Little Rock School District, just said that, apologize. Rachel Mooneyham, Amy Mines, and Tyson Allen, guest of Susan Altrui. Thank you. Welcome. That's everybody. Congrats.
Hey, Greg. Hey, Greg, I got something for you. Thank you for your service this year. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
It's been my honor to serve you and the club this past year, and I'm grateful to see a packed house for Natalie. So I appreciate everybody being here. For real, it's quite an honor to join you today as the final meeting. I am just a few days from joining a prestigious group of Club 99 past presidents, going back to 1914. So if you are a past president, please stand up so we can acknowledge your service. Next, I'd like for Membership Recruitment Chair Molly McNulty to welcome our newest members to Club 99. Molly.
Good afternoon. Wow, what a year. Thank you all for such a successful membership recruitment initiative, including but not limited to President Peacock's at least one new member streak for an entire year. Today, we have 5 new members to introduce, which may be a record in and of itself. Without further ado, I'm pleased to introduce my childhood neighbor and friend, Sarah Bennings, who comes by way of transfer from the After Hours Rotary Club. Sarah is sponsored by Patricia Blick. She graduated from the U of A with a bachelor's degree in architecture and received her master's degree in urban design from Washington University in St. Louis. She is an architect and associate principal with Polk Stanley Wilcox Architects. Sarah has been a leader on various types of projects throughout her career, but has a personal passion for K through 12 and higher education. She is proud to have been instrumental in the planning and design of multiple projects for the Little Rock School District. In particular, Southwest High School, LRSD's first new high school built in the last 60 years. She also worked on a new science building and field house on the Little Rock Central High School campus. Currently, she is working to design a new high school for the city of Wynn. When she's not designing buildings, Sarah enjoys spending time with her family, helping at our church, Trinity Cathedral, and volunteering in the community. So glad to have you as part of Club 99, Sarah. Congratulations and welcome. Next, we have Dr. Stephen Cliff, sponsored by past President Aaron Lubin. Dr. Cliff is a gastroenterology specialist in North Little Rock and has over 45 years' experience in the medical field. He graduated from the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences in 1977, and he is affiliated with Baptist Health Medical Center in North Little Rock. Earlier this year, Dr. Cliff received the UAMS Distinguished Alumni Award. In his spare time, he enjoys photography, scuba diving, snow skiing, and travel. He also recently took up piano. It's wonderful to have you as an official part of Club 99. Doctor, welcome. Our next new member needs no introduction to many of you, Greg Flesher. What you all may not know about Greg is that he was born in Iowa in 1956. Is that right? That was from memory. And his given name was Gregory Ward Hatcher, not to be confused with the other Club 99er, Greg Hatcher. After his biological father was killed in a car wreck when Greg was 3, and his mother later remarried, he was adopted and has been Greg Flesher since 1961. His family moved to Morrilton 10 years later, and he attended Hendrix College, graduating on a Thursday and beginning his accounting career at Jack Frost & Company the following Monday, June 5th, 1978. This past April, Greg received his last paycheck from Frost PLLC, completing his 45-year career, all at the same accounting firm. However, he still has the same email address, phone number, and a desk at Frost, so I'm thinking he has a different definition of retirement than I do. Greg met his wife, Dora Jane, when both were working for Frost in 1979, and the two recently celebrated their 42nd wedding anniversary. They have 3 children who live in London, New York City, and Chicago, and 3 precious grandchildren. Greg's father-in-law sponsored Greg to originally join Club 99 in 2000. He is embarrassed, these are his words, that during COVID he got tired of Zoom or mask meetings and resigned from Club 99 in good standing in 2021. But he wants to thank Jamie Taylor for inviting him to, quote, visit Club 99 2 months ago, and also to thank his wife and Denver Peacock, who wouldn't let him continue the tour of AMFA's grand opening until he agreed to rejoin Club 99. It's not often that we get to introduce a new member who has previously been both a Club 99 president and Club 99 Foundation president. But please help me welcome our newest member, Greg Flesher. Next, we have Chris Johnson, sponsored by Kevin Newton. Chris Chris is a CPA and has served as Senior Vice President, Principal Financial Officer for Dillard's since January 2015, where he oversees the finance, real estate, risk management, CDI contractors, and maintenance departments. He has served as Vice President of Real Estate for Dillard's from 2012 to 2015, and from 2006 to 2012, he served as Vice President of Accounting for Dillard's. He has also served as CFO for CDI Contractors, LLC since 2008, a wholly owned subsidiary of Dillard's. Prior to joining Dillard's, Chris was a senior manager for Ernst & Young and then in their Northwest Arkansas office. He currently serves on the board of directors for the Baptist Health Foundation, Easter Shields, Arkansas, and the University of Arkansas Walton College of Business Advisory Board for the accounting department. Chris received his BS/BA degree in accounting from the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville in 1994. He also serves on the board of directors of Encore Bank, a privately owned community bank here in Central Arkansas. We're delighted that you've joined Club 99, Chris. Congratulations and welcome. And for our final new member introduction of President Peacock's year, we have City Manager Bruce Moore, sponsored by Susan Altru and City Director Cappy Peck. Here comes Director Peck. She gets me mad when I call her that, but I'm working on it. Old habits die hard. As city manager, Bruce serves as the chief administrative officer appointed by the mayor and board of directors and is the principal advisor to the governing body on all operational matters pertaining to the overall direction and administration of municipal government, overseeing nearly 2,500 employees and a budget of over $269 million. In addition, and fitting to note as we sit here today, Bruce served as the lead city staff person for the development of the William Jefferson Clinton Presidential Center and Park. He was also instrumental in planning the 40th, 50th, and 60th commemorations of the integration of Little Rock Central High School. He moderated the discussion earlier this month as we honored the Little Rock Nine and awarded them our club's inaugural Global Public Service Award. A graduate of Henderson State University and Arkansas State University, where he obtained a Master's of Public Administration, Bruce is a member of the International City and County Management Association, Arkansas City Managers Association, the National Forum of Black Public Administrators, Board of Directors, Henderson State University Board of Trustees, the Little Rock Regional Chamber Board of Directors, and the Downtown Little Rock Partnership Executive Board. He has been the recipient of the JISC Communities of Arkansas's Humanitarian Award and was named as one of Arkansas's businesses 40 under 40. He was selected by the United States and Japan Foundation as one of 20 Americans to participate in a 2-year business and cultural exchange program with Japan. More recently completed the 2022 Senior Executive Institute program as part of the Virginia Institute of Government. He also completed the Senior Executive in State and Local Government program at the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University. He is a graduate of Leadership Greater Little Rock and is co-chair of the Board of City Year. He was recognized by City Year in 2011 as a Red Jacket Ball honoree. He received the 2020 Mark of Excellence Award from the National Forum for Black Public Administrators. We're elated that you can now add member of Club 99 to your impressive resume, City Manager Moore. Congratulations and welcome. Thanks.
Thank you, Molly. Congrats, Sarah, Steve, Greg, Chris, and Bruce. Welcome to Club 99. As Molly said, you just kept our new member streak going with 46 consecutive meetings. Can you believe we introduced a new member at every meeting this year? It's incredible. We had a lot of goals for the year. That was not one of them. So it's an amazing accomplishment to Molly, the membership committee, and frankly, the entire club. You're the reason why people are attracted about being here. Thank you so much. If you served with Molly this year or helped introduce a new member, please stand so we can properly thank you. And if you were introduced as a new member this year, all 72 of you, please stand. You can see some of them on the slides up here. It's pretty awesome. So thank you for being a part of Club 99. I'd also like to thank Jake Wyatt of CWP for all his production support this year. As some of you may know, Jake's house took a direct hit during the Little Rock tornadoes, but yet he never skipped a beat. He has faithfully been here week in and week out and delivered a high level of production for us every meeting. And we've thrown him quite a few curveballs along the way, but he, Sadie, and their team have hit them all out of the park. Thank you, Jake. And don't you just love meeting here at the Clinton Center? We're so grateful to Stephanie, Jay, and Vicki for the great partnership we have. And the staff is truly amazing. The food is always plentiful and delicious. And I might add, thanks for the peanut butter dessert. If you read the high profile that Rachel O'Neill's team did on me Sunday, you'll know that's a favorite of mine. Mike, let's see, we got Mike Seelig, Paige Thurman, the catering staff, servers. Let's give them a warm round of applause. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's get a photo of you guys. Hang tight. Next, we're going to make a couple of Paul Harris announcements. This one's first is Dr. Dean Compuris, but he called me earlier and had a client or patient issue, so did he actually make it? Okay, I don't see him. So he asked me to present this one, and I'd be honored to do that. This first honoree has been an incredible community partner throughout the years and an invaluable member of Club 99. And just like Jake, she took a direct hit on her establishment and suffered quite a bit of stress and challenge in getting trios back open again. And as a tribute to her and her service, and on behalf of Dr. Dean Compuris, we want to extend a Paul Harris Award to you, Director Cappy Peck. All right, thank you, Dr. Dean, for that contribution and for allowing us to honor Cappy today. We will be sure you get the remarks or the notes. Next, I want to express my appreciation to my family for allowing me to serve in this role, to serve all of you in this community this past year. My family's sacrifice, patience, and overall support has been invaluable. She's really not excited about this. I'm gonna pay for this. I'm truly grateful to my wife of nearly 15 years, Melissa Bragg Peacock, our kids, Presley and Hudson. As I said, it's gonna embarrass her, but it's important that she be recognized with the Paul Harris Award, too. Melissa. Oh boy. All right. Now we have Club 99 Foundation trustee Suzanne Payton, please come share an important update from the Club 99 Foundation. Suzanne.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to all new members. I don't know if you've been introduced to the concept of the Club 99 Foundation, but let me just give you a little update. The Club 99 Foundation was established as a nonprofit in 1984 to be the charitable arm of the Rotary Club of Little Rock. The Rotary Club of Little Rock does programs and projects. The foundation is the funding support for those. The mission of the foundation is to establish, build, manage, and serve as a fiduciary for an endowment that supports the mission of the Rotary Club of Little Rock in furthering the overall Rotary purposes and programs that educate, encourage, empower, involve, and motivate club members. The vision of the Rotary Club of Little Rock Club 99 Foundation is to fund diverse projects that better the world, our community, and the individuals involved, thereby enriching the lives of club members, donors, and recipients. Earnings from the endowment are distributed to the club every year to fund projects. Some initiatives funded by the Rotary Club with foundation distributions have included our Ottenheimer Project, club participation in the Rotary Youth Exchange, college scholarships, and then many literacy projects, including the LRSD project and Dunbar. The endowment began in 1984 with a $5,000 deposit of gifts from members, and it grew to about $725,000 by 2011. Annually, the foundation distributes approximately 4% of endowment earnings to the club. Until 2015, the donations to the club averaged about $28,000 annually. In 2011, the foundation and club developed and executed a centennial campaign, which many of you participated in, to celebrate 100 years of Rotary in Little Rock and to raise $2 million for the Club 99 Foundation. We hope that one day the foundation would be able to share $100,000 annually with the club from those endowment earnings. Since the campaign and as pledges have been collected and the market has performed well, the endowment balance has grown to over $2.2 million. With that growing balance, annual gifts to the club have grown as well. 10 years after the campaign was conceived, the foundation has reached the milestone goal. And I'm pleased to announce that this year's gift to the club is $100,000. Let's just take a second to think about the significance of this milestone and how proud we can be to be part of a club that's so committed to investing in our community, region, and world. With this money for community programs and projects, the Rotary Club of Little Rock is able to make a very significant impact. And it's an exciting time to be a Rotarian, and your foundation board is very pleased to be able to make this announcement. Thank you.
Isn't that great? What a great year we've had illuminating the rock. Our speaker series has truly been amazing, and I'm very proud of the work our program chair, Chris Bond, has done in helping us bring informative, engaging, and newsworthy programs and speakers every week. It's been outstanding. Thank you, Chris. You can see a few of the speakers above getting their books. Chris got up early this morning to be home to be part of this, so thank you for the 4 or 3 a.m. wake-up call, whatever it was. This year, we've been giving our speakers books by Little Rock Connected authors with the stated intention of giving several of them to Dunbar and our LRSD elementary school libraries. In each book, there is a sticker explaining our club and listing out our speakers with appreciation. And before we make our presentation, I'd like for authors Crystal C. Mercer and Tracy Peterson to join us briefly on stage. Crystal and Tracy. By the way, Tracy was named LRSD Teacher of the Year recently, so we appreciate your connection to the club. And while they're coming up, I'd like for the LRSD folks to come on up as well if you're here. Linda Neal, LRSD Media Specialist Coordinator. As has been our custom, we're giving our members an opportunity to meet and sign author books after the meeting. So now you can see Crystal and Tracy. They'll be sticking around. Please thank them afterwards. Buy a book, get them to sign it, give it to a kid you know that would love to read their books. Now come on up, guys. Let's do a quick photo with our presentation. Welcome. So not now, but afterwards, we want you to take these books with you, okay? It's very exciting to deliver on the promise. You may recall that I shared in my State of the Club address last July my vision for where Club 99 is going and how we can all be part of making this year a very special one for the community. I believe we lived up to that promise. All of you were part of making it happen. And I'm truly grateful for everyone who stepped up and served. As they say, it takes a village, and that's certainly true for Club 99 with our more than 350 members. It's truly an amazing group of civic and community leaders. I hope you are as proud to be a member as I am. Also in that meeting, I unveiled our Illuminate the Rock theme and promised you 3 main things we would do to make it a very memorable year. A renewed focus on new member recruitment, consistent engagement opportunities through our socials and service projects, and a strong push for timely, informative, and newsworthy programs with an added emphasis on our communications efforts. I'm convinced that with your help, we accomplished everything we set out to do and then some. Here's a brief recap. We mentioned this earlier, but let's start with the 72 new members. Did you know that more than 20% of our new members are minorities and approximately 60% are female? And I'm pretty sure we lowered the median age of the club by a few years. That's impressive for any organization, especially one coming out of a 2-year pandemic. We even added a new spousal category to make it easier for couples to participate in Rotary together if they want to. New members, you are the lifeblood and the future of this club. Our programs were truly incredible, week in and week out, can't miss events. As I said earlier, thank you, Chris, and so many of you that connected the dots for us, made the outreach, did an introduction, served as a moderator. We had so many influential leaders in the worlds of politics, sports, media, and business. We had Valerie Bynowens right out of the gate with Governor Asa Hutchinson, Gary P. Nunn. We had the folks from the circus, SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. We had New York Times bestselling authors, First Gentleman Brian Sanders, Stuart and Tom Walton, Judge Reinhold, the Little Rock Nine, C-suite executives from BP, Dillard, Stevens, United Airlines, Maverick, and Feeding America, and many, many others. We gave our members an option to attend the Broyles Award again. We put in place a new quarterly panel series on issues impacting our community. We covered homelessness, mentoring, foster care, and maternal health. We brought in Rendezvous barbecue ribs for our program on the VU documentary. We honored Scott T. Ford with our Business and Professional Leader of the Year Award, and U of A Athletic Director Hunter Yurachek with Paul Harris and Sid Brooks Awards. We named Don Cole as our Club 99 Grill Master. And we bestowed an honorary membership upon Governor Asa Hutchinson, one of only a handful in the entire history of our club. We had some terrific engagement opportunities with our socials and service projects. We had the Ottenheimer receptions, the Dunbar kickoff bash and tailgate. We had Club 99 dinner parties and the Camp Ottersgate fish fry, literacy lab, Dunbar mentoring, our locker paint prep day, along with our social with the Arkansas Travelers. I know there were times when Karen and Lel wanted to strangle me. And I'm glad you didn't. We persevered, and thanks to all of you, we made it possible to get our members, all of you, re-engaged again. Thank you, Kelly, for serving in that role. The elegant Ottenheimer 75th celebration at the new AMFA was certainly a highlight. Very proud of all the work that went into making that event a success. T. Martin and Cindy and Jana and the Cranford Co. The video was outstanding. It was truly a lot of fun. And then just 2 weeks later, we honored the Little Rock Nine with the inaugural La Petite Roche Global Service Award in partnership with the City of Little Rock. Thank you, Bruce, Cappy, and others. Those two events alone could have been the highlight of any year. But due to scheduling issues and challenges we faced, we had them nearly back to back. I can't say enough about what an honor it was to stand on the stage with the Little Rock Nine and be what was, in their own words, the first time in 65 years that a non-governmental entity in their own hometown had honored them in a significant way. It was humbling to hear them speak those words. Many of you helped make it a reality. We even had to pull the trigger on creating the sculpture long before we knew who the honorees would be. Thank you, Gabe Holmstrom and Luba Bogan, for your early support. And as we got closer, we were thrilled that Bruce Moore and the city and Gina Gimberling, Lena Hayes, and Troy Wells all jumped on board. Mac McClarty and Stephanie Street believed in us too. Thank you all very, very much. The sculpture will soon be on display at the museum at the Central High National Historic Site. It's going to be a terrific way to honor their legacy and celebrate the role everyone had in that special award. And when our community faced the aftermath of the devastating March tornadoes, our club stepped up and donated more than $20,000 through our Little Rock Tornado Relief Fund. Last week, as you know, we honored 19 Sid Brooks Awards, and I'm grateful to Jason Chaco and Jeff Hildebrand for all their support. And I look forward to Natalie sharing those stories of the honorees in the weeks to come. We also launched our Illuminate the Rock effort to light the Veterans Memorial Bridge. Thank you, Grant Cox, for your pro bono work, establishing our Illuminate the Rock LLC, to Matt Olson for helping us with our website, and to Tammy Davis and Light the Home for keeping us on track. We're exploring a true public-private partnership with that one, and I'm excited to share some good news really soon. Stay tuned. Next, I'd like to say a few more thank yous to a few in leadership who contributed in a significant way. Each will receive a James Hayes Commission glass-blown light bulb that Ellen Cockrell helped us pull together for our Club 99 dinner parties. As I call your name, I want you to come up. I'm going to give you your award, and then I'm going to keep moving, all right? We're going to run out of time. Kelly Bass, Elizabeth Cloxton, Janet Cohen, Tammy Davis, T. Martin Davis, Bob Denman, Drew Harper, Lena Hayes, Greg McCarroll, who's already been up here, Dan Parker, Elizabeth Small, and Cindy Van Veckhoven. Thank you. So many on our leadership teams and committees made such a huge impact. Thank you, guys. We even had new members like Chris Mangum and Pam Smith, Jamie Taylor, and Ross Alyoung step up in huge ways. Many others did as well. It was so fun to see. You don't hit the mark in every area without great leadership. And there were two that really stood out to me. And I'm sure you all noticed as well. So I couldn't just give out one Rotarian of the Year. This year, we're giving out two. And I hope you agree that the two of them exemplified service above self the entire year from start to finish. Our co-Rotarians of the Year are Chris Bond and Molly McNulty. Thank you. I also want to brag on my colleagues at the Peacock Group. Not only did they allow me to put so much time into my year as president, they helped keep our partners happy along the way. Caitlin Deckelbaum, Allison Gatton, Amy Westlake, and Amanda Hoseman, thank you, thank you, thank you. A special word of thanks for Caitlin, who joined us nearly every week, taking photos, preparing social media copy, and pitching the media to cover our programs. Our team was happy to donate our time to the club, more than 428 hours in total, and we're excited that our aggressive media relations secured 183 media hits, nearly 6.5 million in audience, and a publicity value of nearly $400,000. On average, that's more than 4 media hits for every program. Thank you. Last but not least, I want to especially thank Karen Fetzer and Lel Foster for their service to Club 99. With more than 350 members, this club doesn't happen without the professional staff that Karen and Lel bring to our club every day. It's really... It's really remarkable what they all do, and trust me, I push them pretty darn hard. But they never met a challenge they didn't meet head on, always full of grace and a can-do spirit. You guys are the best. Come on up here. I asked Lel what she wanted for her gift. You'll find out in the box. But I just want to say thank you guys for all you've done. You got a little something nice in there, and we gave a little bit of money, Melissa and I did, to the Mail-in Opitz Fund, and so in your name, and we want to thank you. There's some other goodies in there as well. I'll let you guys sort it out. All right, thank you. Really, come on up here, Lel. All right, the yellow one's yours. All right. Many of you have been so encouraging about our Illuminating the Rock stories. Some of you have asked if we could get it into a readable format. So today I'm excited to announce we're working with Gwen Moritz and Luba Bogan to edit and design a coffee table style book that will document all these stories. We are taking pre-orders, so if anyone wants to purchase a copy or two, proceeds will benefit our Illuminate the Rock effort. Special thanks to Billy Rohrenbeck of Pulaski County Title for helping sponsor this endeavor, and to Cal's Nate Coulter for the support of the Butler Center and the Encyclopedia of Arkansas. Many of the facts and copy points were incorporated with their permission into these stories. It's an incredible community resource. Check it out. And I'm incredibly grateful to past President Bob Denman, who helped spearhead my special presidential committee to come up with story ideas and to allow me to share some of the remaining ones from his presidential year. Several others contributed a story or two. Thank you to Rachel, Mandy, Kelly, Billy, Marion, and Allison. It was a lot of fun. And now, to our final Illuminating the Rock story of the year. During our La Petite Roche Tricentennial, I have spent my year as Rotary President telling unique stories about our region's past 300 years. For my final Illuminating the Rock story, I'd like to end on a high note, telling you about the 1926 Little Rock hot air balloon race. As I learned from Scott Carter's Little Rock Culture Vulture blog, it was on April 29, 1926, when 9 gas-filled hot air balloons took off from Clinton National Airport, what was then just a small airfield, in a national race to win the Litchfield Trophy, an annual award at the time given out by the National Aeronautic Association to the winning team in the national elimination balloon races. That means the last one standing wins, or in the air wins. The winner would represent the America's team in the international balloon race in Belgium, with the prize being the Gordon Bennett Cup, the gold medal of hot air balloon races. Though no head count was given, the New York Times called the viewing audience the largest crowd ever assembled in Little Rock. It noted the weather conditions were ideal as the balloons took off in 5-minute intervals. The test balloon, akin to a pace car in a wrecked car race, was the Arkansas Gazette Skylark. It took off at 4:25 p.m., heading towards the northeast. The 9 balloons were from various entities, including U.S. Army, Goodyear, and a lot of other entities from around the country. It was expected that the race would last between 18 and 36 hours, but pilots carried provisions for 48 hours and were equipped for sea flying. Each had a radio and loudspeaker, and local radio stations would broadcast them as they went along the way. Several hours had passed when one by one the balloons would come down from the sky, each pilot doing his best to navigate a few more miles. Coming in third place was Hawthorne C. Gray, and in second was John Botner. But the last balloon aloft, approximately 31 hours after takeoff and nearly 900 miles from Little Rock, was the Goodyear 4 with pilot Ward T. Van Orman, winning again for the 3rd straight year. He landed near the Chesapeake Bay on the banks of Virginia's James River. Orman would go on to win the Gordon Bennett Cup, the gold medal for the U.S. that year, and 2 other times within a 5-year period. He's arguably our nation's best hot air balloon pilot, starting his journey of 3 gold medals right here in Little Rock. It's still an American record. So after hearing this story, if you're itching to see hot air balloons in action, check out the annual Arkansas Hot Air Balloon State Championship in September near Harrison, with more than 20 hot air balloons rising above the Ozark Mountains. It's been an annual tradition since 1995. And some of you may remember that I promised my family after a busy year serving as your president, we would pack up the car and make a long trip to the great Northwest, specifically Wyoming and Yellowstone. That day is coming real soon. Presley and Hudson are super excited about it. Mom and Dad too, but maybe just a little apprehensive about long days in the car together. But guess what my daughter is most anticipating for our time near Jackson Hole? Yep, a hot air balloon ride near the majestic Grand Tetons. I promise I'll send photos. And that's our final Illuminating the Rock story for this year. I just want to say thank you. It's been one of the greatest honors of my life to serve you and this club. I'm truly grateful to all of you. Thank you very much. Natalie, you're up.
Thank you, Denver. Thank you, guys. Incredible year. I'm going to try to cut my remarks down a little bit because the best is yet to come with this program where we get to roast Denver, so I'm going to hurry up here. But I am so excited to help celebrate your accomplishments over this past year, Denver. Truly, thank you for your leadership, your vision, your talent, and your incredible drive to grow this club and to ensure others across the city and the state know all about this amazing club, so thank you for that. I have to say, as a fellow PR practitioner, I'm most appreciative of a lot of things that Denver's done this year, but for sure the incredible, light that he has brought to the club through those PR efforts and those stats he gave you. I can tell you, following up, I'm like, oh God, okay, great. It's incredible. So thank you so much for elevating the Rotary brand here in Little Rock and beyond. But aside from the many hours of PR work he's put in, there's been an incredible list of other accomplishments. Denver went over those, so I'm going to kind of shorten my remarks there. But truly, the 72 members, Molly, Denver, you guys and your member recruitment team, amazing job, so thank you. Chris in Denver on the programming side, amazing speaker series, and just brought so much diversity in those programs where it really just informed us, helped us think through different things that are facing our city, so I'm very appreciative of that. And I know Ross, Al Young, and I are going to keep up the streak on that, and I'm happy to continue that. Personally, I've loved our monthly meetings that Denver and Jason Chaco as your president-elect, and now president-elect nominee Mitch Bettis joins us now. We meet monthly. Jason and Denver kind of had that. I think it was Jason's idea. So we got to get together every month and talk about how we're going to lead this club through the next years. And I have learned an incredible amount of things from all of those people in those meetings. So I will miss having Denver at them, but we'll invite you back every once in a while. So thank you again for all those achievements. It's my honor now to present to you on behalf of the club a few things. So come on up here. First, your past president's name badge. It's very lovely. It's got the gold on there. You can switch that out. Your past president's lapel pin, and in my notes it says diamond, and I asked Karen and she said yes, there's a diamond in here, so wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you on that. And then a special plaque gift here that Karen is going to hand me because it's in two pieces, but it is really I know you're going to love this. It says making a splash, Denver Peacock, Rotary Club of Little Rock President 2022-2023, and you really did make a splash. So
Appreciate you.
thank you so much. It is a custom piece of glass. I got to give kudos, shout outs to Karen for coming up with that idea. She said, you know, it's got to be something unique to Denver, and you really did make a splash. So thank you. Okay, so now it is the part that Denver has been dreading, and it's going to be so great. We're going to fill this agenda. He did try to fill the agenda as much as possible, but we do have some people that are in a long-standing Club 99 tradition going to roast Denver. So, guys, take it away.
So just to echo on that, we've made it to the moment that we've all been waiting for, the roast and toast. As a close friend of Denver's and his newest trophy, member, we're gonna have a great time up here. He only left us 12 minutes. We were hoping for 15 to 20. So we'll kind of shorten this, but if we can get Mike, Molly, and Chris up on stage, and also there's gonna be a special grand guest to be revealed later, so be in tune for that.
Hold on. Oh, here we go. Denver did not leave us much time, so what started off as a potential roast has turned into more of a broil, so higher temperature, shorter amount of time. But that's okay because, you know, a president of Rotary gets a lot of accolades, a lot of affirmation, even a well-timed write-up and high profile if you're the right president. And that's all great. Look, we have a couple people not paying attention. They're reading high profile right now. That's amazing. But you know, I think we need to turn our attention to the real heroes of a Rotary year. The president gets all the attention, but you know, there are some people who really make this thing work. And it's the people who have to work with the president of Rotary. I know I'm a survivor of past President Kenny's presidential year of service above self and endless talk of lagniappe. And so I know what it feels like to have to work with and around the president. So we've got two co-Rotarians of the year here are going to help kind of tell some stories about what they've been through this year in the spirit of authenticity. You know, past president, can we call you past president yet? Not yet. President Denver has done a great job of helping to illuminate the rock. Wouldn't you agree? Incredible job of highlighting our city, our region, our state. But we thought it was time that we illuminate the peacock, that we shine, yeah, there it is. Illuminate the peacock. It's our new logo for about 8 minutes. And we're going to shine a little light on life with Denver. Take you behind the scenes a little bit. It's a bit of a gripe fest, possibly, and in the spirit of the Seinfeld episode, an airing of grievances is maybe what it turns into. So, Chris, I'm going to start with you. Incredible job moderating the panels that we had this year, and there were so many panels, a lot of panels. Denver gave us a lot of panels. You did a great job. What would you say was the hardest part of working with Denver over the course of this year and all those panels?
I had a lot of stories lined up to tell, but this is perfect because my lovely wife, Rebecca, is here. And so she put up with a lot this year with Denver. If you read the high profile on Sunday, or if you've ever worked with Denver in any capacity, he is incredibly detailed. No detail is too small to stress over and talk about. So there were lunches and coffees and emails and texts and Zoom calls. And almost without fail, the phone calls came at 5:30 at night as we were sitting down to dinner.
He would like for you to call it Denver from now on. Dinner, that would be good.
We were sitting down to dinner. I can't stop saying it. Sitting down to dinner, and I picked up the phone and answered it, and I got off the phone and walked back, and Rebecca said, this would just be easier if we just set a place at the table for him every night. So there was just a lot of detail, a lot of communication.
A lot of late night phone calls. I get that. I feel you on that. You guys did a great job with programs. We've talked about it today, but there was one program that Denver, I know you tried hard, Denver couldn't quite pull off, one that would have been so meaningful to him, but in a real treat, guys. He's been in town the last couple of days. We have a past president who is going to be willing to pop in and say hello in this moment. Kieran's going to go out there. I've heard he's out there. Ladies and gentlemen, give a really strong, warm Club 99 welcome to past President Bill Clinton. No, it's not. Ready? Oh, that is awkward. Okay, so there is a past president outside. It's past President Randy Hyde, who's gone back for some peanut butter pie. He does look kind of like Bill Clinton. Denver, I'm sorry.
My mistake.
Yeah, but you know what, Natalie? I bet President Natalie will be able to get that one for us. Can you do that? That'd be great. Wow, that was an awkward turn. Molly, new member streak. I mean, unbelievable. New member streak. We heard about it every week. He would ask us how many weeks we were at. None of us knew. He had to tell us how many weeks we were in the streak. That was all. We never knew if it was the right number or not, but we just went with it because it was fine. Yeah, you too. Exactly. So what would you say? Tell us some stories about life with Denver this year.
Well, thanks, Mike. And I really think that President Peacock may have given us the co-Rotarian of the Year to lessen your ribbing today. I think that was probably strategic in that. But thrilled to be here. And I guess to answer your question, I don't know if you want Denver's answer for the number of new members or the truth.
No, this is a Denver-free zone. We control the narrative here.
I think we're up to like 867 new members and maybe like the 128th consecutive new week. I know he only had, 47 weeks in his term or 46, but PR, you just tell it like it is, I guess. So, but no, he did all kidding aside, it was a lot of drive. Chris got phone calls at 5:30. I got the emails about 1 a.m. that reminded me to keep the new member introductions. We want to give the new members their, glory and all their respect and tell people, keep it punchy and keep it interesting, maybe fun facts, but also really, Molly, you need to keep it short because I've got the Illuminating the Rock story that, it's pretty important. So
priorities,
you need to
Molly,
keep
priorities.
it less than about 30 seconds a pop. So there was a fine line. And do you sleep, President Peacock? I don't know. I mean, the emails came, like I said, all hours. But yeah. But speaking of, my phone just went off, and it looks like we have a new member application just right now. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. It's Bono. How did you do that?
Bono, unbelievable.
Oh my God, you are incredible. Okay.
That's phenomenal.
I guess the real question, but do we count it for your year or Natalie's? I mean, this is what's going to be stressful. I don't know. So, yikes. Yeah.
Fantastic. I see a couple people back here.
Yeah, I mean,
You haven't been
I'm
paying
just
attention.
getting irritated by the minute. I mean, first of all, is there anybody in the room that hasn't stood up and be recognized? Please do so right now. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, past President Jeff Hildebrand, past President Kenny Gibbs.
Hey,
I don't know
I'm
who
trying to-
gave them a microphone.
I'm
This
trying to
is
read about the weddings this past weekend.
off the rails.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
It ought to scare the hell out of Denver that we both have a mic. But, you know, Denver, you put a lot of energy back into Rotary, but, you know, membership's up. What are we looking for, quality or quantity? I mean, content at the meeting's been okay, but are we illuminating the rock or is it illuminating the peacock? I don't know. Some meetings, I couldn't tell the difference.
Hey, Peacock, did you ever wear Rotary socks? I never once saw you wearing Rotary socks. You got to get some of those Rotary socks. Work on that.
And I'm glad, Jake, you're behind us. You've got a good shot of mine and Kenny's bald head. I mean, just, you know, we always were told where we could sit, so I don't understand that, but
Well, our hairdos make us very aerodynamic. New member streak. You know, if you factor in inflation, I would add 240 new members during the lanyap here.
yeah, Kenny, that's right. But, you know, what about the math behind the new member streak? We went from 40 to 43 weeks in a row one week, and I'm not sure that math adds up. I mean, Peacock, did you take math at McCrory or not? I don't know.
Well, I don't think they taught how to tell time in McCrory either. How many times we go past one, including today?
Yeah, I think just about every time, but we're probably going to go past one now, so Denver will keep that streak alive as well. You know, during my Rotary year, you know, we had meetings through Zoom. We never missed a meeting, and although, you know, past President Greg Flesher may not have been impressed, that was a hell of a lot more difficult than a new members streak.
Well, in my 25 years as a Rotarian, I've seen many presidents who, you know, sit people certain places, but I've never seen a president sit them in the order of importance toward the stage to him. I guess that's why he set me next to the men's room.
And Kenny, when you were president, how many guests did we normally get at the meeting? I mean, like 3 or 4? I think Denver's averaged 20 guests per meeting, and that's just a little bit over the top.
Well, speaking of guests there, Denver, is it true? You really have a tattoo on your back that says Sunday, Bloody Sunday? Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and cut you guys off. This is
Wait!
No, wait. You know, we got just a little bit more. You know, Kenny, when you were president, your wife, after you got through, your wife got a new house. When, you know, after my president year, my wife got a car. What do you think, you know, Melissa gets after listening to Denver practice the illuminating the peacock, the rock, whatever, at all hours of the night? What do you think that's worth?
New husband?
okay. That's it. We're done. We're done here. Off of the mic. So, ladies and gentlemen, grumpy old past presidents Kenny
Hey,
and Jeff. Thanks
Mike.
for making an appearance. I appreciate that.
Mike,
Yeah.
all kidding aside, Denver, you've done a great job. It's been a great year. You and your team have really elevated our programs, increased membership, and have brought energy back to the club. We are forever in your debt for that, and we certainly welcome you to bringing up the Past Presidents Club.
Hey, Denver, no kidding. You have been at least the third best president this club's ever had.
Third best president. You heard it here. Well, I'll get enough from you guys. We're going to close out. So you heard it earlier. There's nobody more important to Denver than his family, his kids, his wife, Melissa. And we asked Melissa if she wanted to kind of speak and share some of her own stories about Denver. But if you know Melissa, she does not crave the spotlight. And if you know Denver, he rarely shares it. So it's a great partnership. It's a match made in heaven. It really is. And so with Melissa's permission, we asked her, Melissa, could we imagine what you might say if you were up here? And she graciously said yes. And so I'm going to read a letter from Melissa to Club 99 that is from Melissa, but it's not from Melissa, but it is from Melissa. So we're going to go ahead and read this real quick. Okay, Dear Club 99, let me get comfortable. As Denver concludes his time as Rotary president, I have to tell you what an honor it has been. For Denver, certainly. He has loved leading this club, and I think he's really going to miss it. Like a lot. Maybe too much. But really, it's also been an honor for our family. This has been a fun, informative experience that we will remember for a long time. That is awesome. That's great. I love it. But, she says, but, having said that, if I'm honest, is it okay if I'm honest? This feels like a safe space. Can I be honest with you? There are a few things that I'm not sad to see us move past. And don't worry, Club 99, it's not you, it's him. There are just some things that I am so over. First, these illuminating the rock stories. Great content, I'll give you that. But honey, do we have to practice these at 2 in the morning? And why are you using that voice when you tell the story? Also, I don't love the way you look at yourself in the mirror, so maybe we can quit that, okay? Second, at this point, can the rest of us finally stop calling you President Peacock? It's a bit formal for me, and I know the kids would appreciate it. As would the neighbors, my parents, and the folks at the club. And no, past President Denver probably isn't going to work for us either. A huge thanks from all of us in advance. That's good, Melissa. I like that. Lastly, and I promise this is it, can I finally stop hearing about this new member streak? You did great, babe. But I swear at times I think you're more proud of it than you are your own children. Does it have to be your phone wallpaper and your laptop screensaver? At a minimum, can we take the 46 weeks and counting banner off the refrigerator door? I need access to the freezer and space for class pictures and actual family memories. Yes, of course, we can keep the giant yard sign with the real-time new member counter. Although now that I think about it, there is a letter at home from the Heights Neighborhood Association that I haven't opened yet, so I'll need to get back to you on that one. Well, we're past 1 p.m., and though it would be just like a peacock to run overtime while at the mic, I'll go ahead and close by saying thank you, Club 99, for all you do for our community. You're making a huge difference. Great job this year, Denver. We're so proud of you. I know everyone here today is as well. Congratulations, Denver, on a great year.
Real quick, Denver, I just want to say congratulations on a great year. It was an honor to be a part of it. You have meant a ton to me personally, professionally, and getting to see you in this light has been another just incredible part of that. So thanks for your friendship and for this year.
I echo Chris. He just succinctly said what I'd like to say, as always, but you have just done a phenomenal job, and I know you're a fellow Hamilton junkie, and Terry Roscoe beautifully played one last time. I think of the song Satisfied often with you, because sometimes it felt like unsatisfied, moving the target, but really that is what drove it and became wonderful, and so it's really thanks to you that you took it to new levels, and I'll forever be indebted. So many thanks.
Congrats, Natalie.
Thank you, Mike, Chris, and Molly, and these yahoos out here. Thank you. Thank you, Denver. What an incredible year. So I've got to wrap this meeting up, guys. Before we ring the bell today, though, I want to remind you that we do not have a meeting next week because we're all off for the holiday, and I hope everyone enjoys their July 4th break. But please mark your calendar for July 11th. It's going to be an amazing meeting. It's going to be what Denver would call a not-to-be-missed program. So you are going to want to be here. I hope that you're here to kick off our amazing new Rotary year. I'm honored to be your next president, and I will say this little, ladies and gentlemen, we are adjourned.